Hey Bookies! Today we are going to go over Pride books that I have read so far this year. So let's get started. I'm recording this, I am still in May. I'm like in the last days of May. So I'm almost done, but not yet. I've not filmed June. I don't know what we're doing for June. But I thought I'd do this because I have read a bit of Pride of queer books this year. And hey, it's Pride Month. So I'm going to give the name. I'll flash the cover on the screen if I don't have the book with me. And I'll tell you some of the rep that's in there. That way, if you feel like picking one of them up, hey, you can if you're looking for a specific rep. So I'm not going to be telling you much about the book, just the rep involved, because maybe you're looking for something to feel like a requirement for a challenge for June. I don't know. Anyways, we're doing this. The first one that I read for 2022 was The Kindred, which has ace and pan representation. It was also a sci-fi YA rec from Alechia Dow, who writes asexual, demisexual, anything that falls into that realm, rep really, really well. Swan Song of My Era, which was a sapphic contemporary romance book. I liked it pretty well, but it was just a bit slow for me. Horror Hotel, which is horror book. But there is a lesbian character and there is a romantic representation in the book. Across the Field of Starlight is a really cool graphic novel, and both of the leads are non-binary, which is really, really awesome. The Temperature of Me and You, which I didn't like that much, but I feel like other people will really like it. Gay characters, the mains are gay, and there is a male-male romance. Every Variable of Us, that one is a sapphic romance YA contemporary book. It's very sweet. I highly recommend you pick it up. I'm So Not Over You. I absolutely loved it. It's an adult romance, so there is sexual content in there. Be warned if you read it, if you're like looking to avoid that in your read, but it was really, really well done. I loved it. Gay main characters and male-male romance. The One True Me and You is such a sweet book by Remi England? MK England? I don't know what they prefer to go by. But Remi K. England wrote this one. It's a contemporary about basically a beauty queen and a cosplayer who get together at a convention over a weekend. Sapphic, lesbian, non-binary rep. Forward March is another YA contemporary set at a boarding school. If you're looking for those types of books, this one is has lesbian characters and it's sapphic. I like sapphic books, so that's why there's a lot of those on here. The Best Liars in Riverview has trans and gay rep in it. It's also a middle grade book. So the rep that I saw was really surprising. I really love the strides that middle grade has made to be more queer inclusive. So definitely check that one out if you're looking for a middle grade one. It's about our two leads, they run away from home, basically. Well, one of them runs away from home, the other one goes to find their friend, and kind of ends up running away themselves. We have Kiss and Tell, which has gay main characters, and it's a male-male romance. Hey. We have This Rebel Heart, which is the only book that I've read this year that has a poly relationship. I'm looking for more of those in YA and middle grade, maybe even adult, I don't know. But I would really like to experience more poly books, so please drop recs if you have more poly books down below. And yes, I have read Iron Widow. It was really good. That's why I'm interested. But poly, male-male romance, and there's gay characters in it. Sofi and the Bone Song, which is sapphic and has lesbian characters in it. Such a really cool YA fantasy as well. Completely devoted to music, so if you're into music, this book is your love story to, love story to music. I'm a Wild Seed, which was a graphic novel memoir, which is really cool, but it's about being queer and coming out, so there's various reps in it, including the author's own rep. Then we have the Gay BCs, which is a children's picture book that goes through the ABCs, but is queer inclusive, includes things not only like bisexual, but also family. So things that, you know, are very near and dear to queer culture. Queer, various, it's so sweet, it's so cute. Jordie and Joey Fell from the Sky, which has a gay main character, and is also middle grade, about a child who is convinced that him and his twins' parents, who left him abandoned in a crop circle, are actually aliens in their journey to go and find their parents. Uncharted and Unbroken, which is another adult book. It's fantasy, but there is a lot of romance in it, so I guess it'd be fantasy, romance, fantasy, whatever you call it. But there is lesbian rep in there, and queer rep, and it's a sapphic romance. Nate Plus One is a really cute YA contemporary book. It has gay and bisexual rep, and there is a male-male romance in it. It's really cute. It's like I'm So Not Over You, not in like the stories are similar, but that they both revolve around a wedding. So if you're looking for stories that revolve around a wedding and needing someone to take with you to a wedding, those are your books. We also have Dead End Girls, which has trans and bisexual rep, and it's a sapphic. It is a YA thriller mystery, in where our main character, whose name is Maud, they have come up with this plan to run away by faking their own death and starting a new life over in England because of some tough issues that they're dealing with at home. But then their plan is kind of thwarted when their step-cousin, not blood-related, step-cousin figures out their plan and asks to join in because they're also having a much rougher time at home. Something is trying to kill them. But anyways, it's really good. It's really good. Absolutely loved it. The Lesbiana's Guide to Catholic School, which is a YA coming out story. It obviously has lesbian rep in it, and it's sapphic. It's really sweet. I highly recommend that one. The Science of Being Angry, which is another middle grade book. I'm, you know, like, woohoo, go middle grade. I've read like a few middle grades this year so far, and almost all of them have been queer inclusive. So I am very, very happy about that. This book in particular has queer and lesbian and bisexual rep, and the main character has two moms. Primal Animals is also sapphic, so there's queer characters. It's not really like defined as what they identify themselves as, which is why you see a lot of queer on my list. I don't want to like assume. Especially if they've mentioned that they dated other people. I don't want to assume, but yeah. It is, it has a bit of sapphic in it. It is mostly a YA thriller set at a summer camp. Next we have Summer's Edge, which is sapphic. There are two queer characters, one character who takes the POV a couple times, and one that is the primary POV. Is the other, yeah, you know what I mean. But this is a YA thriller mystery at a cabin by the lake. Just all sorts of thrilling stuff. It's kind of horror too. There's a lot of horror stuff that goes on in that book. And last one that I have read so far this year, I just finished it. It was amazing. It's Deep in Providence, which sapphic in it, sapphic romance a little bit in it, and queer characters, two queer characters, one of which is one of the main POVs in the book. It was really good. So yeah, that is all the Pride books. Well, not all of them. I have like a couple, but they had problematic elements in it. But that is most of the Pride books that I have read this year. Absolutely loved them all, with varying degrees. Some of them a little bit more than others, but for most of it, I loved all of these. Definitely check any of these out and drop me some recs below, especially Aro Ace, non-binary, poly, and I'd like to see more pansexual in my reading for this year too. But yeah, thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you Bookies later. Bye!